certain acoustic guitars, like people talk about how, you know, there'll be some kind of players that talk about like it doesn't have to be old as long as it's well built, and maybe the case can be made for certain models, I don't know, but I don't think that's ever true ever with acoustic guitars, because those, as the wood dies and the things age, like you pick up a guitar and it sounds like a record right away. You feel like you're playing Street Fighting Man, even though, you know, that thing had to go through all these microphones and compressors. Like you're just sitting there with this, you know, 1964 J45, and it's like this, I feel like Keith. And that wouldn't happen if you're picking up the latest and greatest model. Not that there's not great things about that too, but that's just a fact. You need the wood to dry up and die. But also, like, when that life in a guitar, it's funny because like sometimes there's these minty classics, like something from like a 50s or early 60s Strat or Tele or something that looks pretty much brand new. Like I played, not to, you know, it's a bit of a humble brag, I guess, or just a straight up brag. But for Newport Folk Festival a couple years ago, there was this Bob Dylan tribute, and they brought out I guess it was a 1965 brand new Stratocaster that he played at Newport Folk Festival, and someone ended up owning it. I think it was like the owner of the Colts or something, and Newport Folk Festival got a hold of him, and he was willing to let the guitar be played for the festival. So I was playing Bob Dylan's Strat that he played on that stage. It was so cool. But the crazy thing about it is, I mean, the story goes, who knows what's true about it, but the story goes he left it on a plane after that show. And then when he was reached out to, like, hey, you left your guitar on this plane, they were like, no, that's not ours. And so whoever got a hold of it, it was never really played again. And when they opened it up to show me for the first time, it looked like it was brand new, that no one had ever played it. The pick guard was immaculate. Like it was really eerie. It was like, this I don't think this is an old guitar, but it played great and it sounded great. So obviously it definitely was an old guitar. But anyway, I bring that up just because sometimes like the most coveted old guitars are the ones that look almost unplayed. And to me, that's never resonated with me. I've always wanted it to feel lived in and played on, and where you could get a sense of you know, the fact that it's been on stage and that it's been on records, and you can witness it in all the scars, you know. I bought a 345 from here, 1959. And I think there was another one. There was another 345 that was a lot more money, and it was a lot cleaner, but there was never a doubt in my mind which one was for me, because it looked, you know, pretty scrappy. The way you want, in my opinion, a 1959 345 to look like. To me, the guitar is a living, breathing thing. When I pick up a guitar, especially like if I'm here and I'm finding it for the first time, I love inspecting it. I love seeing where someone's belt buckle wore away the back of a guitar, or especially with some of those old like 50s Teles, you'll see where a guitar player would put a cigarette. And the checking, and just there's a bass over there where you could tell the guy was in a punk band because the side of it is like carved out with a pick. So that stuff is historic. You don't, like, if someone's gonna go buy something nice for themselves, you rarely get a deep history, a lived-in human element along those lines. That's not common. Or sometimes there's initials somewhere if you look hard enough. There's pictures taped to the insides of guitars. That stuff flips me out.